Hello pig farmers and pig lovers, welcome back to Edovasal Pig Farm channel. This is Mr. Daniel Eseji, founder Edovasal Pig Farm Enugu. The clip you saw earlier is ongoing sharing of malt spent grain. We are sharing. This is Goshen Farms, Amechi, Obago, Enugu South. So this is the proposed site. This is where we are building our 1,000 capacity pig farm. So if you look around, this is a pig cluster. This is a pig cluster. And the reason I'm doing this video is to share with you some of the advantages and the disadvantages of siting your farm, your pig farm, in a cluster versus staying alone in an independent farm where there are no clusters around. So today I'm not reading from any script, so it's going to come from my head. If I discover I've missed any point, that means I might do a part 2 of this video. But let's roll and see how much we can talk about, we can share. If you also have your own contributions, you can drop them at the comments so that every one of us will learn. So this is the cluster. This is the cluster. So where we are building ours is down. It's a little bit away from the main cluster. So, okay. So let's talk about the advantages and the disadvantages of siting your farm in a cluster versus staying independent. Now, this is a typical example. This is one of the points, maybe the point we'll start with. You can see a pig butcher actually came to this area. Probably he didn't see people. He now wrote his number on the wall that he is a pig buyer so that the owner of this farm can contact him. Now, this is one of the advantage you get in a pig cluster area. That is, you are not, it is the customers that will come looking for you. You know, unlike when you are on your own in an independent farm, you'll be running after butchers. But in a cluster, butchers are the one running after you. Okay, so that is one point. In terms of you looking for customers, they will be, in fact, not only for pig purchase, even customers, people will come. People usually come to clusters looking for manure. You know, they don't usually, unless maybe their vegetable farm is located close to your own individual farm. But farmers who use pig manure rarely go to individual farms looking for pig manure. They prefer coming to a cluster where they are very sure that they will, which is also, clusters are very easy to locate. You understand? Clusters are very easy to locate. In Enugu, we have several pig clusters. You understand? Unlike Okaro, that every cluster was concentrated at that Okaro, in Enugu, it's scattered. But Enugu South, Amechi to be precise, has a larger amount of pig clusters. So customers coming to you is one advantage you get when you are in a pig cluster. Okay. So this is the typical example of what we are building at our proposed site. Is full deep litter system. No sawdust, no cement floor, just deep litter. So this is my friend's farm. Good evening. This is my friend's farm. So we will be using the deep litter system to minimize costs. Cement is expensive now, so we minimize costs. Okay, so this is exactly what we are building, although our own pattern is going to be different, but this is the concept. IMO concepts. So, but we are going to take care of all this kind of digging in our own. Make sure they won't have to be borrowing. Okay. Okay. Let's continue with our discussion. Uh, Second is apart from customers coming to you both for the pig manure and pig purchase, other advantages also of staying in a cluster is that uh, access to knowledge, access to experience. There are a lot of experienced farmers in these settlements. Some have been here, some have been rearing pigs for years, 5 years, 10 years. When you are a newbie, a starter in this kind of farm settlement area, you are not going to be run short of knowledge. You're not going to run short of experiences, because your neighbors are there to help you whenever you need their assistance. you know and usually many farm clusters usually have what we call union, and this union helps them to you know, uh, work with each other so that they can help each other succeed. Okay, so another thing is apart from the customer base, uh, customers looking for you compared to when you are in an independent place, you are now the one looking for customers, gathering contacts over time. But this one, you see inflow every day people coming looking for customers. So you are never going to run out of contacts when you want to sell. And again, it's both for the manure, you will be able to utilize your manure properly here, because you get people coming to buy them. In fact, people come as far away from other states just to come and buy pig manure. So these are markets you can tap into. Then the knowledge aspects, you will never run out of, especially if you don't even know your left and your right. Uh, they will put you through, because you are now part of their union. They will put you through. They will help you, assist you. Another advantage of staying in a cluster again is the issue of fostering. Let's assume your pig gives birth, cannot breastfeed. When you are in an independent farm on your own, you might find it difficult to take your piglet to another independent farmer who is far away from you. But these are things you get easily here, because there is no way in the whole cluster, in the whole area, nobody has pig breastfeeding at that point in time. So you can easily take your piglet to those your neighbors to foster for you, and you will not lose your piglet due to the mother not breastfeeding them. So there are also numerous other advantages. Like I said, I'm not reading from any script. This is just coming from the heart, the head. But let's see much we can also touch. And again, is uh, another one is the issue of that union itself. The union itself gives the farm a kind of will I say, the people, they have one voice. It will be very difficult for anybody to kick them out. Let's say people come around and start building houses and say this farm must go. Now, if you are an independent farm, they can easily kick you out. The neighbors, they even if you came before them, you know, just because they are now more than you, they will now form an association and kick you out, you know, and force you to either turn your farm to a residential house or sell it off and take your pig to somewhere else, you know. But here in a cluster farm, because of the presence of that union, it will be very difficult for any landlord or group of landlords to come and chase this union out, because it's not just one farm. There are some clusters you see hundreds of farms. Some cluster like Okarona is in Ogun State. They have, I think they have over 5,000 farms or thereabout, in that cluster. So it will be difficult to chase such people out, you know. And because of that union as well, even the landowners, we find it difficult to chase the farmers out. The only thing the landowners might later do, because most of the time they rent those land to the farmers, you know, and some of them also sell. So even if the landowners now wants to sell, that makes they will have to first of all consult the farmers and inform them, I want to sell this land, are you buying, or should I look for buyer elsewhere? Do you understand? So it gives these people who, and that is even why we are coming here with our 1,000 capacity farm, because it gives you that sense of that longevity. You are not building a farm out of fear that tomorrow you'll be kicked out. You are building it knowing fully well that we are going to enjoy this investment at least for years, And if with whatever happens, the worst thing that might happen is you will now purchase the land outrightly from the owner. So these are some of the things you enjoy. But when you are in an independent farm, you may not have access to some of these advantages we've mentioned. But where the biggest disadvantage is in the aspect of transfer of diseases. You know, there are a lot of advantages, but let's just summarize the thoughts with this major disadvantage. Because of that transfer of disease, especially the deadly swine fever. You know, the deadly swine fever. So that's one biggest disadvantage that cluster farms have, and that is why a lot of people shy away from cluster farm. For example, when there is disease outbreak, due to that freedom, the freedom the farmers have, they easily walk into other people's farm, even the workers, they share workers, and that is also one of the advantage. It's very easy to get a worker. It's very easy to get farm worker, because most farm workers here, they take care of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 farms. It's very easy to get vet services because there are a lot of experienced farmers here. There are a lot of vets here as well. So, but that biggest disadvantage of uh, transfer of diseases is one major disadvantage. When you're in an independent farm, you can practice biosecurity to the optimum. You can limit movement. But when you are in a cluster farm, your worker is even working for 2, 3, 4, 5 other farms, and your neighbors can easily walk in. Let me use your broom. Let me use your well. Let me use your shovel and this and that. That brings about that ease in transfer of diseases. But there are some measures you can take to prevent some disease, especially netting your farm roundabout, because it's already proven that this swine fever can be carried by housefly, can be carried by mosquitoes, fly, and the rest. So if you try and net your farm roundabout, you won't have those issues. So I think this video is long enough. You have had some of the advantages. You have had some of the disadvantages. The biggest disadvantage, the transfer of diseases, But in issue of thefts, due to security again, that's another advantage. These people in clusters, they do have security. They combine money and pay, employ security to watch over their properties, watch over their investment. While if you are an independent farmer, you are going to cater for security all by yourself. But here it's a teamwork, and the security here, most of these clusters are very, very effective. You will get zero thefts in this kind of area. If you look at most farms, they are not fenced roundabout. So that even helps you to reduce further costs in building your pen. When you are building your farm now, you are not factoring in fencing and all that, because there is a security on ground monitoring and watching over your investment when you are away. You understand? So that's also another advantage. So, like I said, I'm not reading from scripts. Just take it as you thank God it's on a video. You can replay it and pick some of the ideas you didn't get on time. So till next time I come your way, remember, if you need any of our products and services, you can always reach out to us. We will get them across to you. The products are attached to the description in this video. Till next time I come your way, keep farming right and stay blessed.